All right, is it 6 o'clock? It is 6 o'clock, friends and family. If you're joining me live, go ahead and put in that chat where you're joining me from. I am Dr. Natasha Scott. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening. Whatever point in time this is for you, West Coast, Central Time, Eastern, thank you for joining me. But like I said, do me a favor, put it in the chat where you're joining from. I'm tuning in all the way from the Empire State. I am. All right. I'm not going to hold you good folks very long. I'm not going to hold you good folks very long. But I just want to introduce myself to those who may be wondering who is Dr. Natasha Scott? Well, doctor is a title that I earned, but we are about to become friends. So, hi, I'm Natasha. Nice to meet you. I'm from New York. For the past 20 years, I was an educator teaching children near and far. I enjoy doing that. That is something that gave me great pleasure. I like children. Children are the future. Go figure. But I devoted my life's work to teaching children with special needs. There's a story behind that. Oh, oh. But if you keep coming back, you will learn the details to that story. But over the past 20 years, I've taught children with special needs. I've also taught children without special needs. I've taught them all. But I have a special place in my heart for the child that learns and behaves differently. So, I had a good childhood growing up. Yeah, I was well loved, had what I needed. Everything was great. But I can't tell you I always felt that same love in elementary school. You see, when I was a second grader, I had a teacher in the second grade that struggled a bit with her emotions. The children were doing things. I remember that day as if it happened yesterday. Good night. I had this teacher that was struggling with her emotions, and that particular day I happened to get it. She ended up telling me that I wasn't going to be very much with my stupid fat self. Whoa, what did I do as a second grader to warrant that? Um, well, listen, some time has gone by. Listen, I'm still a little bit chunky, but I'm far from stupid. Anywho, I digress. That day, my lights were dimmed, but they weren't put out. You see, I developed this spirit of I can show you better than I can tell you. So I went on, grew up, and went on to help so many other people, children in particular, to make sure that they felt seen, heard, and loved. Um, that particular uh, situation that happened at that school, how many of our children right now experience that? And it's not just happening at school, it'll happen at home. Parents are exasperated with their children. They don't know why my child does what they do, but it's been countless times that I've seen parents yelling and screaming at their child and calling them everything but the child of God. My God. After time, over time of constantly hearing things like this, you become immune to it. Thanks be to God. I didn't grow up with a life like that, at least not in my home. But the children of today are different. We all see that. They're coming into our classrooms, uh, jumping all over the place, and we're just looking like, keep me near the cross, Jesus. I don't know what else going to do. Teachers are struggling, administrators are struggling, parents are struggling, the children are even struggling. But what are we doing to support them? I'm your girl. I come with many strategies, skills, and experiences that help our children of today. How are we going to get them to mind? How are we going to get them to learn what we need them to learn? How are we going to see them and still foster their greatness? It's very hard when you have a child that's struggling. So I'm the behavior shaper, Dr. Natasha Scott. This particular live is just to introduce you all to who I am. It's very interesting that people ask you to do things, but yet they don't know who you are. So my purpose for this live is to introduce you to me. And over the next few weeks, I want you all to be able to really get a good picture of who I am. In the coming weeks, I'm going to have some visitors, some people that's going to join me. It's easy for me to tell you about me, but I want you to get a feel of what the other people say about me. What do I offer? What do I bring to the table? Where is my greatness? Although that is my motto, I say that to everyone. Greatness is in you. It's all about mindset. It is. And so many things happen that people are so down on their own selves, they can't see beyond the fence. And oh, hey Peyton, good to see you, my friend. Long time. Me and Peyton got some stories to share. Peyton is my friend from college. But mindset. Many of us are drowning and we don't know how to get out of there. And that's hard. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. But before I go down this road, who is Dr. Natasha Scott? Doctor is the title that I earned. I earned that, but we friends. We friends today, so y'all can go right on ahead and call me Natasha. That's my name. That's the name my mama gave me. I'm sorry. I almost lost track of time, huh? Track of my thoughts. But who am I? I'm an educator. I'm a cousin. I'm a sister. I'm an auntie. I'm that crazy friend from across the street that keep you laughing all night. I'm a child of the Most High God. And I don't bite my tongue about it. I'm not going to be for everyone, but for the ones that I am for, we're going to jive. We're going to jive, and I'm going to impart goodness into you. And I'm hoping that you grab what you need and run with it. Yes? I have spent my life's work imparting into others some things that I felt I didn't get growing up or even coming through my career as an educator. I'm a SPED-trained educator. SPED-trained, that's where my degrees lie, in special education, teaching children, working with colleagues, working with paras, and just learning my way, finding my way. Over the years, I had to get crafty with how I developed my skills. Not only am I a special educator, I'm a special educator by way of alternative certification. Wave your hands at me, my peeps. How many of y'all out there that's alternatively certified? It's a little bit different than going through the whole cycle of, I went to teacher college. I did a practicum. Don't get me wrong, I had to do what I had to do to work with your children. You understand me? But how many of us can say we are actually getting quality professional development in our area? If you're a special education teacher, if you know like I know, you got to get in where you fit in. And when you sit in the trainings, a lot of times you trying to figure out, but how this gonna work for me and my kids though? I understand, but how am I gonna get Johnny to do that and Susan to do that? And they all over the place. Where are those strategy courses? Where are those strategy professional developments? Where are those in the moment lives that I need to help me do the work that I'm doing, I'm your girl. That's where I come in. 20 years of learning how to do this work. And I'm still learning. Yeah, still learning. But as I said earlier, I am not going to be before you long. I'm not going to even hold you. But I do thank you so very much for joining me today. In the coming weeks, I invite you all to come back and see your friend Natasha. I'm going to bring my guest in, and you can hear for yourself what they think or feel that I brought. Many of us are pretty, how can I tell you, humble. We're not going to really toot our own horns, but I'm going to bring some people in so that you can hear what is it that this Dr. Natasha brings to the table. The time is about spent for me. This was just an introduction. Next Wednesday at 6, I'll have my guest on, and we're going to start this journey so that you know who are you dealing with. People like doing business with people they know, like, and trust. Y'all getting ready to get to know me. All right? So I bid you all adieu. Hey, Tony, how you doing? I bid you all adieu. Come back next Wednesday, and we're going to get this party started. Oh, my goodness. Get ready, and hopefully you be blessed by what you learn about Dr. Natasha Scott. But we friends, so y'all going to call me Natasha. All right, friends. I thank you so very much, and I'll see you next Wednesday.